Hello everyone, welcome to Hook, Line and Sinker, and I'd like to welcome you to far north Australia, Queensland, Andrew.
Yep.
Calm seas, it's warm, it's balmy. This is a very, very nice day.
Nick, this is what dreams are made of. This is what my dreams are made of anyway. This is the coral sea, the ribbon reefs. This is heavy tackle in search of monsters. Monster marlin.
Giant black marlin.
Go, Duigan, go!
Whoa, how about that?
He's a Well done.
Holy dooly.
This is a bigger one.
I hope you get eaten by a shark.
Don't be like that. That's what we came here for, Duigan. I think that's snapper. There he is.
This week's destination of the week is Cooktown, found some 300 kilometres north of Cairns. Cooktown was where the great captain James Cookie Cook beached his damaged boat and repaired it after running straight into the nearby Great Barrier Reef.
That was in 1770, and let's be honest, not much has changed. The town is still pretty quiet, except in marlin season, when the Cairns marlin fleet used Cookie as the perfect stepping off point to fish the famous ribbon reefs. This destination of the week is powered by the almighty Isuzu D-Max with 3.5 tonne towing across the 4x4 range, 5-star ANCAP safety rating and amazing fuel economy. The D-Max has everything you need to go your own way.
So Cooktown, Australia's final fishing frontier. I'd like to introduce to you a gentleman who is lost way out of his home patch. This is Ash Matthews from Sea Fever Sport, fishing Whitsundays, mate. Welcome back to the program.
Great to be here, Nick.
Ash, this is a long way, as I mentioned, from where you normally ply your trade. Tell us, what are you doing here?
Well, we've travelled probably 400 nautical miles north from Whitsundays.
Yeah.
We're up here to chase a giant black marlin.
Righto, so this is the spot. There's another one chasing the giant black marlin. Tell us about where we are, this part of the reef here.
Okay, we're on the ribbon reefs, kind of between Cairns and Lizard Island.
Yeah.
They stretch about 60 nautical miles. And it's the only known spawning ground for black marlin in the world. And it's the best place to try and catch a grander.
Mate, you know, these are massive fish that we're talking about. A grander, as you say, that's the old parlance, that's a 1,000-pound marlin.
That's correct, yeah, 1,000 pounds. There's more 1,000-pounders caught in these waters each year than all other marlin locations in the world put together. So,
and as far as fishing goes, mate, this is pretty much the top of the mountain. This is the pinnacle.
That's the pinnacle, mate. That's why we come here.
All right, so the fish are big, the boats are big, the rods are big, the baits are big. All we need now
is a big marlin. Let's do it.
First thing we had to do before trying to catch the world's biggest marlin was to catch bait, which on the Great Barrier Reef means more than just dropping over a little bait jig and catching tiddlers. Oh, all right, so this is how it begins, Ash. To catch big fish, first of all, you must catch, well, no, I won't say little fish, because these aren't necessarily little fish we're catching here in the scheme of little fish that I have caught in my life. But Ash, what do we likely got here?
It'll be a tuna of some species. I would imagine probably what we call a mac tuna.
Righto.
And a very good bait for black marlin.
So Ash, if you've got one go-to, mate, what's your favourite bait? What's the best bait in the ocean?
Probably yellowfin tuna as a skip bait. And yeah, you got a mac tuna there, mate. And then swim bait or queenfish or a scad, what we call a scad, which we catch up here. So
Righto. Benny
nice.
Decky number 1/2. He's dropped that, he's Decky number 2. Paul is Decky number 1. All right, so we have a bait. We'll need more than that.
Well done.
Thank you, mate.
The bait fishing that first afternoon was actually pretty slow, and given we were eager to go marlin fishing, we decided to swap out the sports fishing rods for the heaviest outfits that exist. Huge broomstick type rods with big gold reels filled with 60-kilogram fishing line. Things were about to get serious.
Now this is heavy tackle marlin fishing that we're doing on this trip, so no surprise to see one of these sitting in the middle of the cockpit of Sea Fever. This is a game chair. This is our number one decky, Paulie, mate. This is an important part of our fighting system, would you say that?
Yeah, absolutely, especially with the big fish.
Yeah.
It's pretty hard to fight them standing up. So.
Righto, so what this does essentially is give you the opportunity to use your legs more. It's a bit odd because you're sitting down.
Yeah, yes, that's right. Yeah, it's all in the legs.
Right.
So, pretty much push on back.
Yep, I sit in here.
Yep.
Yep. That has got a rampaging 1,200 pound black marlin on it, and I calmly clip that on. I calmly, not going nuts, clip that on.
Correct.
And I am then chained in. I'm locked in.
Sorry to interrupt, guys. We've got a small marlin following the swim bait.
Small marlin following swim bait.
Have we got a pitch bait there?
Small marlin following the swim bait.
It's only a little fella.
I can't see it. It's a great thing about a marlin tower. It gives you a very, very good view of everything that's going on. Ash is up there. Still seeing Ash?
I've lost sight of him there. He was just following the swim bait.
An encouraging start. The little fella didn't bite, but pretty soon we found one of his mates who did. All right. What have we got?
We got a black marlin, Nick.
A marlin, Ash.
We got a black marlin.
Oh yeah, that's a fish. There's a fish. So all I'm doing at the moment is whining, and I'll turn that ratchet up because Ash has got the boat presumably going backwards a little bit. Are you going backwards, Skipper?
Yeah, I can see the marlin there. He's about 50 metres out the back. He's sulking.
Sailfish.
He's sulking.
Ah, sulking.
He's sulking. He's not a sailfish, he's
I was
sulking.
gonna say.
It's only a little fella.
So all my job is here is line recovery, basically try and stay tight. A lot of this happens with the boat. And there we just saw the fish! He's a lovely little marlin, look at that! Stay tight, shut up. Stay tight. Sea Fever just doing a beautiful job. Oh! I mean, really, Drew, how good is this, mate?
Mate, it's the ultimate. It is the ultimate.
I mean, Hardy, we caught a few marlin this year in the crusher, the Marlin Express Toot Toot.
Yes, toot.
But the oh! Are you right? Are you quite right? Oh, that's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. He's going to get you, Paulie. He's coming to get you, pal. All right, so we've got the fish on the leader. Paulie's got him. Paulie is manhandling the fish. And there's the fish. Oh, and there's the skill of the
Well done, guys.
marlin decky. My God. Well, what a way to get off the mark here, Drew. I'm thinking that's sort of like a clip off the toes, down to the boundary for 4 at square leg, and I'm just away and running. And you're up, pal.
Oh no, you're up the whole trip,
What a
dog.
beautiful fish.
You're up the whole trip. That looks too hard.
Oh no. Oh, the boys do all the work. Stick around, still plenty more adventure on the reef, and later we introduce a very budget-conscious concept for this year's project boats.
You're watching Hook, Line and Sinker and our attempt to join the rich and famous as we fish for marlin along the Ribbon Reefs. We are just into our first afternoon, and so far we've managed one angry little black. It was time to put another bait in the water.
Ash Black Marlin Fishing 101. The done thing up here is to troll baits, is that right?
Yeah, that's the method they've been using for 50 years and things haven't really changed.
No, okay, so baits, when we say baits, we mean baits, that is our bait.
That's our bait, mate. That's one of our number one baits, actually. That's what we call a shark mackerel.
Yep.
We catch them generally inshore, just around the reefs.
Yes.
And we rig them up. That's what we normally use as a skip bait.
Yeah, okay.
And skip it along the surface.
So we have one skip bait out here, one swimming bait out here.
That's right.
and we just trail along slowly. That's a circle hook.
That's a big circle hook. That's a 20-0 circle hook. We're
It's
running.
big, Drew. You know, if you've got any sort of issues, if you've got any compensation issues, this is the sort of fishing you want to be doing. Try that.
No, I can't really.
It's massive. The
That's
tackle's
heavy.
massive.
That's heavy line.
The baits are massive.
Everything's big up
Fish
here.
are massive.
Now, something that is a little different this trip is we are a crew member down. At the very last minute, our old faithful camo Mike couldn't join us.
But we weren't going to let a little thing like that stop us from having the trip of a lifetime.
Hello, Nick.
Hello, Drew. How are you?
Very well. How are you?
Yeah, really well, thanks. You're getting a nice shot up there.
Lovely shot. What about you?
Yeah, I think I've got some real gold. I've probably missed my calling, I reckon.
Yeah. Same here.
Yeah. It doesn't appear to be that hard. What sort of settings you're running?
Yeah, a bit of ND. About 16 ones.
Yep.
16 two.
I go for automatic everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Perhaps that's something that like our normal cameraman should do. Automatic everything.
I'm going to get a shot of the sun. Oh, yeah. Look at that. The afternoon rolled on until another rather cheeky little marlin found one of our baits appealing.
Yo!
Go! There we go! Are we tight?
Yeah, tight.
Yeah, got colour out there! We're on! Woo!
Fish on! Well, things are looking up again, Drew.
Oh, this is very good, Nick. Ash just said from the tower, he said, well, I marked one. And 35 seconds later, he came up and ate the swim bait this time.
Here he comes.
Here he comes. He's only a baby. He's only a baby.
Nice and steady there, Benny. He's coming up pretty green. He's about 150 pounds, that one.
150 pounds. Still a very impressive fish when you see it at close quarters like that.
There we go.
A very
Woo!
impressive fish.
Yeah, see you, mate. See you later. Go and grow another 10 times. Go and grow 10 times bigger, and then we'll come and catch you again.
It hadn't been a bad start to our Great Barrier Reef adventure. 2 marlin in the first afternoon, and as the sun set, we made the short journey back in behind number 9 Ribbon Reef to spend the night. Next morning, what a place to wake up.
So marlin fishing, Drew, you know, is not an all-day, it doesn't have to be an all-day activity.
No, you just pop out sort of after lunch for
Yeah.
that sort of bite time. They
Seems to be.
tend to bite in the afternoon.
Yep.
And, you know, where we are, it
Yep.
gives you a half a day just to do other stuff, like go for a swim,
Yes.
have a little fish.
You may or may not be able to see behind us there is a little sort of coral bomby thing.
Yes.
You are holding what I don't think you're licensed to hold, which is
Yeah,
a
then.
spear gun.
Yes.
And you and I are going to strip off. You won't have to see that, don't worry. And we're going to fall in there, swim around,
Try and spear
and
something.
try and spear something, ideally not each other. So watch this space.
It's good. This is a nice spot.
Where can I get you this, Drew? Where can I get you? Right there. Look at that. It's only Greenpeace were here.
Unbelievably, we didn't manage to spear anything. Perhaps some weight or some flippers would have helped, but it was the best morning bath anyone could ask for.
Stay tuned, because coming up we cross paths with a true sea monster, and later we start messing around with old boats. If you love Hook, Line and Sinker, then don't let the magic end when the show does.
You can find us on Facebook and Instagram, constantly posting updates and videos about our adventures.
There we go! Holy...
Feel free to join in the conversation, post stories and pictures of your greatest catches, and keep up to date with where we've been and where we're going.
Oh, look at the size of it! Oh, look at the size of it!
So jump online today and become part of the Hook, Line and Sinker team. Welcome back to the show, where you find us enjoying an adventure on the outer Great Barrier Reef chasing giant black marlin. So far, we've caught a couple, scared a whole reef ecosystem with our white Tassie flesh, and now we are slowly trolling to the marlin grounds.
Hey!
A fish! Oh! That's a better fish! Oh, this is a good big fish. This is the thing about your bait fishing expedition. Each morning in flat, calm conditions behind the reef, you are able to hook monsters. Still haven't got a wind on this fish, boys.
There you go.
Well,
It's a reasonable run. There's not a heap of line left on your reel there, Drew. You've just about been
no.
smoked.
Well, how about this, eh? What a way to start the day.
In the tail again, look at that.
Another tuna. But, gee, this is good. This is good for our afternoon marlin fishing. This is really good for our afternoon marlin fishing.
The bait fishing kept us well occupied until once again it was time to get serious, and things were looking good.
That's a good fish.
Oh no, let's get him in!
That's a good fish.
That's a big fish running. That's a fish running.
Look at it go! Woo!
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Starting to get low. Here we go, Paulie. In the chair. Here we go. Get a little bit of line back.
It's a better fish, I think, Nick.
I think it's a better fish, Drew.
Yeah, look, it took a lot more line than those little ones.
Yeah.
Did you get a look at it, Ash?
Mate, I didn't get a real good look, but I know it took a lot of line, so I think it might be a nice one.
Yeah, it's a better one.
Yeah.
It's a long way out there.
The fish seemed to be going nuts. Was this the big one we were after?
Turning back toward me, coming back to me. One. Yep, there's tight. We're tight again. In the chair, hooked to a monster, it made me all reflective. You know, Sea Fever is a poem, don't you?
Is it? Have you got it in you?
You know it's a poem, Paulie? What? Sea Fever, I think by John Mansfield. I must go down to the sea again, the lonely sea in the sky. And all I ask is a tall ship and a star to steer her by, with the wheels kicking the wind's song and the white sails shaking, and a grey beard on the sea's face and a grey dawn breaking.
Those words were beautiful, but what happened next was brutal.
Oh, it's tense.
There's the double,
Oh,
is
it's
it?
tense now.
There's the leader.
The leader.
Oh,
It's been sharked, has it?
not a good sight.
It's been sharked.
Oh, life on the
Fish
reef.
has been sharked.
There's nothing left of this fish. Have a look at this. There is nothing left.
Except one fairly sizable tail.
Oh,
Right.
who wants to go for a swim?
Oh, that's disappointing.
Bad luck, Nick.
It's disappointing.
He was hooked in the tail too, that's why he went. That's all right.
That's all right.
Lee Marvin, he would have gone through this.
Lee Marvin's been through this a lot. Lee Marvin,
Greg Norman.
someone else I was thinking of.
Bob Dyer.
Lady Gaga, probably not. Ernest Hemingway,
Yes, Zane Grey.
Zane Grey, all the greats.
Bob and Dolly Dyer.
Bob, Dolly, obviously. Dolly's my favourite.
Yeah.
That was the only fish we hooked that afternoon, but don't worry, tomorrow is another day when we finally do come face to face with a true giant. If you would like to dig a little deeper into the when, where and how, plus all the latest gear to use, look no further than the team at Wilson Fishing.
He's a good fish.
Oh,
That's not a cooter. Look at him go!
A family-owned Australian fishing company, Wilson, have the online resources to help you catch more fish more often.
Oh, mate, look at this thing. It's gold.
It's unbelievable.
Xeric Zeppelins.
Well done.
Subscribe for your free online magazine, Redefine the Game.
Yes, double booyah! Nice.
Explore countless action-packed YouTube tutorials.
It's 80! That's a beast! That is what fishing is about, is catching things like that in places like this. Absolutely awesome.
And stay up to date via social media for news from all the brands that make Wilson Fishing great. Welcome back, where you find us on the final day of our Great Barrier Reef Marlin fishing adventure. And what a glamour day. Light winds, blue skies, and plenty of action from the word go.
Fish on, fish on, fish on! Oh.
Just wind, Drew, just wind that hand.
Not a wind. I'm a big bloke winding, just winding. Just winding. Turn that off. It's very loud. Whew. The skip bait, the tuna that we caught this morning, got eaten. And there was a marlin out the back, jumping a few times. Another little fella, but another little marlin.
Another little one.
I'll tell you what.
Where's his mummy?
Oh, you filthy marlin, you splashed me! Why did you do that? What are you doing,
Benny's got him on the wire, Benny's got him on the
What are you
wire.
actually doing there, Pod? They're stunning fish, aren't they? Stunning, stunning fish.
We let the little fella go. They call them rats up here. Fish of a couple of 100 pounds, and it seems like he wasn't alone.
We just let a marlin go, and looks like there's a few more just hanging down here. So we'll get the baits back out, and hopefully we might be able to find another one of those bigger ones.
It was just all too exciting for some.
Come on, Nick.
Nick's asleep.
Dead asleep.
Nick was asleep.
Took me 10 seconds to
asleep.
wake. Yeah, dead
He was
asleep.
asleep.
Out of control asleep.
Got a marlin on, Nick.
I was awakened by the sound of a ratchet and the crew screaming my name.
Wake up, you golden so-and-so. I've just looked slightly better, this one.
Quite recently been